We're live. Oh my gosh. Hello. All right. So let me just type in real quick. Just say welcome. So, welcome to the drawing room live stream. All right. I think we might have my dear friend Sakshi who's here to like tell us about all of the stuff that we did in Paris. All right. So while we get set up here, and I am waiting for things to fully pan out. Amazing. Okay, great. All right, cameras, lights, action, go. This is the first time, guys, this is the first time I've live streamed and it's still light out. This makes me so ridiculously happy. Oh, there's Sakshi. Hello. Okay. So, honestly, oh, this is going to be really funny though because the light is going to fade and I guarantee you that the lights that I have on in the room are not going to be enough. That's fine. It'll just go dark and moody. So, I told myself that I have a plan for this live stream, and then the day got kind of insane, and I have no plan. All I want to do is talk about the song a little bit, tell some stories, and I have my tea here, which I will share about in a second, and I also have some macarons that I will be eating because we got to celebrate. So, welcome to the March live stream. It is a celebration for Raining in Paris, which is out right now. You can listen to it on all of the platforms, all of the things. There will be links in the description once I update everything, and I'm very excited about it. It's just a pure fun song. Pure fun. So before I get started on what all of the writing process was for it and everything, I'm going to share today's tea. Today's tea is a black rose tea that I actually got. It's one of Firepot Chai's rose teas, so it's a very, very good time. Very strong. I need some caffeine in my system because tonight is going to be a lot more of just responding to messages, and there's like a bunch of news outlets and things that I got to reply to and share, so please be on the lookout for that so that you can read more about the song if you would like. But let's get started. It's a bop. Yes, Sakshi says it's a bop. It is a bop. It is in fact a bop. So let's get started. Raining in Paris. I wrote in Paris. Big shocker. Wow, no one saw that one coming. But more specifically, I was in Paris for about 48 hours, I think, maybe even a little bit less. It was just very much of a whirlwind, to be honest with you. And I went because my friend Sakshi, who is on the chat right now, was there for a study abroad. And I was in Italy visiting my family. And she was like, hey, I'm in Paris for like a weekend. I think you had like a free weekend or something. And I was like, dude, absolutely. I want to come to Paris. So I booked a flight, went to Paris. We got there. I got there in the evening, immediately changed shoes and went out to get dinner of some sort. And I cannot possibly, I just don't remember what we did that first night. I can't remember if we attempted to go clubbing that night or the next night. But one of the fun stories that I will tell about Paris was that I am not a clubbing person. I literally have never gone. I mean, I've gone clubbing once or twice, but the very first time ever, ever, ever that I went clubbing was supposed to be in Paris, right? It was that night. Yes, Sakshi says it was that night that we got there. So I was like, you know what? I feel like if I'm gonna go clubbing, I want to go clubbing in Europe. Like that sounds like a good time going clubbing in Europe. And so when it became clear that Sakshi and I were going to be in the same place in Paris, she was like, we have to go clubbing. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's go clubbing in Paris. It's probably going to be amazing, right? So we head out. I am fresh off the plane. We get dinner and we go. And I literally cannot remember how we got to this place. We were just walking around and we get to this club. And it was the weirdest club. I don't know how we ended up there, but it was like we pay to get in and then the lighting is all like red and it's a little creepy, it's a little strange, and then everyone's doing this dance, but they're not, like, just, like, vibing. They're all doing, like, really weird dance moves. The music is, like, electronic and alternative. It was the only club open, apparently. Yes, Sakshi is saying it was the only club open. So imagine, and it was a weekend too, because I went there on a weekend. So it was the only club open. We go to this club and it was like the weirdest thing ever. And a couple of Sakshi's friends are like, "Yeah, screw it. Like, why not? We're just gonna get shots and things like that." And I'm just kind of sitting around. I'm like, I don't like this. Like, this is strange. And Sakshi's like, this is not what your first clubbing experience is supposed to be like. So anyway, we're there for a little while, and the just people that entered the club just got progressively weirder. And finally we were like, okay, this is not the vibe. This is not the scene. We're gonna leave. And so we did. And it was the only club open. So there went my first clubbing experience in Paris, which was supposed to be like the coolest, most amazing night ever. Um, and it was just really weird. Really weird. I had a better clubbing experience here in Nashville later on with Sakshi. Apparently, I only go clubbing with Sakshi. You're my like clubbing buddy, apparently. Um, so that was the first night in Paris, and I remember distinctly that when um, when I was planning to pack for this like 48-hour period, the the weather was supposed to be rainy the entire weekend that I was in Paris. There was not supposed to be an second of sunshine. So I was like, oh man, okay. And so I packed some stuff just in case it wouldn't rain, and it ended up being absolutely gorgeous both days that I was there. So the next day we just like walked around everywhere. We went to the catacombs. Beautiful, amazing, so creepy. I have developed claustrophobia since then, I swear to God. Like, I had this moment of realization where I was underneath the ground, surrounded by bones, and I was like, "Mm, cool. I need to get up to fresh air right now." It was terrifying, really terrifying, because it was really cool the first, like, little bit when you were going, and you were like, "Oh, this is, like, beautiful and history, and I'm having so much fun, like, thinking about all of these different, like, people and places and things and, like, oh, thing that exists underneath the city," and then after a while, you just start to realize that you're walking deeper and deeper underground, just surrounded by piles of human bones, and it was like, "Oh, yeah, we need to leave." And ever since then, I get a little claustrophobic in small spaces. I think Paris ruined me thoroughly for that. Um, but yeah, so we walked around a bunch. We got dinner. Dinner the last night was great. I had escargot, snails. They were an interesting texture. I liked them though. They tasted good. What did you think, Socks? I can't remember if you liked them or not. I mean, they were good. They were fine. Um, Very interesting texture though. I don't know if I would repeat the experience, but it was great for that day. Um, so anyway, I feel like I'm telling you all of the weird parts about this trip, but the parts that I'm not telling you are that it was absolutely beautiful and I loved it. And the entire city was so ridiculously inspiring. She liked the snails. Good. Okay. We did like the snails. Um, I've like I bought tea. I did buy tea. There were a bunch of tea shops and like jewelry shops and places to go just like shopping. I mean, it's Paris, you would expect shopping. We found this adorable little bookstore of used books, and I went in and I found this like book on like singing and classical voice like literature that was so fun. Immediately bought it. Oh my gosh, yes, Sakshi, thank you for reminding me. They've got when you eat snails, they've got the little like there's like a little grip thingy. If you've ever watched Pretty Woman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's the scene where she's trying to like open up the snail or whatever, and there's this little like clamp, grippy thing. And I don't, I'm not sure how to work it. We figured it out. We figured it out. They came out. The snails came out, and we ate them, and it was fine. But yeah, it was a little ridiculous just being there in this like we were dressed all nice, and we had gone to this really fancy restaurant, and we were sitting there like we don't know how to open these freaking snails, but it worked. Um, So after a whirlwind 48 hours, we got back to the hotel, and I was able to get a couple hours of sleep before taking an Uber at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning the next day. But I remember that as we got back to the hotel, like, late at night, it started to rain. Like, that very last night that I was there, it started to rain. And I remember I was, like, sleeping in the hotel next to the window, and so I went and looked out the window, and I could just see down this little alleyway, and, like, the street lamps were glistening, and the rain was coming down, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the most magical moment ever," and I really feel like it needs to be shared with someone that you love. And so that was the whole basis of the song. I woke up after, like, 2 or 3 hours probably, and I remember just being in the taxi and being like, or the Uber, and just being like, "Oh, it's raining in Paris. That's a song. Raining in Paris." Like, that's a line right there. "It's raining in Paris and I could be kissing you." Like, that's what I could be doing right now. Okay. Okay, and so I get to the airport, and of course, there's, like, a ton of time to just kill before I take the flight. Um, and oh gosh, wait, what was I saying? Yes. Yes, so so Sakshi's saying she was dead to the world on the other when I was doing all of that, while I was being inspired by the rain. She was just out cold on the bed, which absolutely fair. It was pretty late. We had done a lot of walking that day. Um, and I got to the airport and I was like, I have something. There's something in my head. Something's happening and I can't it's it's working. The gears are turning. Um, and eventually I came up with the raining in Paris and I can't sleep, tracing cracks into windows and winding streets. Um, and then I was thinking about how I have so many, like, I have a couple of friends who their favorite time is when it's raining. And I like it when it's sunny. So we're always arguing back and forth about, like, no, it's better when it rains or it's better when it's sunny. And that moment, I remember thinking, yeah, no, you're right. It's just this, like, breath in the night right before everything starts to just come crashing down. There's, like, that little drizzle that starts happening and everything starts to get shiny before it all blurs because of the cascade of water coming down. And I remember in that moment, I was like, this is why you guys like the rain. Absolutely, I can see it now. I can understand it. Um, so I was in the airport. I wrote it in the airport. I wrote the verses when I got back to Italy. And I remember when I finished it, I had 0 intention of releasing this song whatsoever. It was just like, "Oh, this is fun. I wrote this in Paris, and it's gonna be a fun little, like, memory of my time in Paris, and it'll be great." Um, 0 intention of releasing it. And I kind of put it away, and, like, 3 months later, it would just pop back into my head, like, "Raining in Paris and I can't sleep." It's like, "Oh, okay, there you are. Hello. Hi. How you doing? Raining in Paris, how are you? Okay, we're just gonna thank you for stopping by. We're just gonna put you away again." And then, like, 6 months later, it was like, "Raining in Paris and I can't sleep," and it just kept coming back into my head, like, over and over and over again. And, yes, Sakshi, was absolutely written about you. A reminder, yes, absolutely, a reminder of our time, in this beautiful, beautiful city that was just stunning. Like, I can't explain to you guys how freaking stunning Paris was. It was so wonderful, and the food was great. Everything was way too expensive, but that's okay. You kind of expect that. And it just kept going. This was in 2019, so it's been 3 years, and for 3 years, it kept popping back into my head, and finally, like, about a year ago, I was like, "Okay." Well, maybe more like a year ago, I decided I was gonna release it, and then about, a little closer to, like, 9 months ago was when we started the whole recording process, and I was like, "Okay, we're gonna release this. It's happening." I mean, if it gets stuck in my head this easily, even after I've tried to just push it away, that means there's something there. And so I started kind of brainstorming what the production would be like, and I had all of these different ideas. And they were a little disjointed at the time, but I knew how I wanted them to go together. I wanted all of these different background vocals to be weaving in and out. The intro to just be this, like, sparkling moment before you go right into the song. Um, And so I took it to my producer and we just sat there for a couple of hours and we just started throwing ideas around. And I would be sitting there, I'd be like, I want like this kind of sound. And he'd be like this. And I'm like, yeah, like, wait, like that. And then we just sit there and like turn knobs and basically just figure out what the heck was going on in my head and how I could communicate it through, the production. And we basically finished it in those couple of hours. I remember it was basically done. We took another pass at it and added more background vocals and kind of just like finalized stuff, but we really got it in amazing shape just in that very first session. And so the more I listened to it, the more I was like, this is fun. Like I really like this song. It's really sweet and it's fun and it's upbeat and it's like still ethereal and magical, but it's just a really fun song. So that's what this whole process has been for releasing it. I mean, the graphics were fun, the photo shoot was such a great time. Uh, just seeing everyone's responses on social media has been super fun. People are, like, tagging me in pictures of when they went to Paris, and that's so cool. I might totally make that, like, a little TikTok thing if I can. Yeah, and just, like, post pictures of my time in Paris and then have other people use it. That would be super fun. I would love to see everyone's, like, experiences. But yeah, so I this is the song that I never intended on releasing, and it's here, and it's out, and it's really fun. I keep saying that, but yeah. So now that we've told a couple of stories, I'm trying to think if there's anything at all that I missed besides being thoroughly traumatized by the catacombs and the bookstore and the snails and the clubbing and hell yeah. Hell yeah. Exactly. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Hell yeah. So now that we've done a little bit of that, I do have my macarons that I want to share with you because we're here to celebrate. So I went to the store today. These are some hefty macarons, by the way. Like they're huge. I don't know if you guys like they're huge, guys. But I don't know. I just want to eat a couple and talk. So I'm gonna start with the first one. This one like looks a little wonky. It's got some little like seed looking things, but apparently it's passion fruit. Um, I don't know how I feel about passion fruit. I don't think I've ever had passion fruit, to be honest with you. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna try not to give you like too much ASMR chewing. Mm, mm. Thank you, Sakshi. So, because I was there for 2 days, we didn't really have time to like book attractions beforehand. So we attempted, keyword attempted, to go to the Louvre. Did not work. Did not work. This is really good, by the way. I think I would like passion fruit if I had passion fruit. Although this is also completely like 90% sugar. So I'm gonna have to get an actual passion fruit and see how it compares. But we did attempt to go to the Louvre. It was completely packed. There were people waiting everywhere. So I got to see the outside of the Louvre with like the beautiful glass structure and the pyramid. I saw that. I saw that. And then we went to the museum where we saw like the water lilies. Oh, I have so many prints. I have a bunch of prints from that trip. Yeah. Oh, and also, as I eat more, because it's really good, I did also get a print of cats in various like attack positions. So there's like the cat with its like straight up, and then there's the cat with its like tail super puffy. And it says all of these different like little phrases in French of what each cat represents. Speaking of cat, where the hell's my cat? All right. Oh, I think I'm gonna go get him. Bear with me for 2 seconds, guys, because I want to go get Hugo and let him walk around so you guys can see him. Come here, baby. All right, well, Hugo has decided to fall asleep. And I really can't bring myself to wake him. He's actually underneath. We have like a drying rack for all of our laundry and stuff. He is underneath all of the laundry. He's underneath the pile of laundry. It's really cute. So I'm gonna leave him. Maybe if he wakes up, I'll show him to you guys. But let's move on to this. What is this next one? Sakshi's like, no! It's okay. Okay, I'll wake him up later. Let's try one more. I don't actually know what this one is. Chocolate. It has something to do with chocolate. Oh, interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Chocolate orange. Chocolate orange. I don't know how I feel about chocolate orange, to be honest with you. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But oh my gosh, Sakshi, when I was in Paris, I didn't have Hugo. You know when you adopt a pet and it just like somehow they permeate every other part of your life that you've ever had before. So I like can't really remember a time in my life that I didn't have Hugo. Like it feels like he was always just sort of there. So it's weird for me to think that yeah, I didn't have Hugo when we went to Paris. What a wild concept. Yeah, I didn't. I know. Sakshi's also freaking out. Yes. I did not. I did not have Hugo when I went to Paris because it was 2019 and I adopted him in like 2021. I've only had him for like a year. This is blowing my mind. Anyway. All right. One more macaron. I've got. Ooh, what have I got? Oh, we have to. We have to. This is Earl Grey. I have a feeling I'm going to like this one because I love tea. So I have a feeling this is going to be good. Oh, yeah. It tastes like straight tea and sugar. This is good. We were also, yeah, it's also strange to think that when we were in Paris, we were fully in college. It feels like forever ago. It was only 3 years ago. It feels like forever ago that we were fully in college, full-time students. Sakshi, if you come over, I will feed you. Just drive over. It's like what? 4 hours? It's not that big of a deal. Just come over and I'll feed you. You can have the rest of my macarons with me. Okay. I'm gonna wake the cat up so we can sign off. Come here, baby. Hey, sweet boy. Come hang out with us. Meow. Yes, baby. Look at the fatty. Look at the little boy. Hi. Do you want to say hi to the chat? Yeah, they love you. Oh, come here. There you are. Oh, yes. Oh, can you not present them with your butthole? Okay, good. There we go. It's a very good angle for you, Hugo. You can't have any of this, though. There's too much sugar for you. All right. Well, I hope this chat was fun. I don't know. I feel like whenever I release something, all I want to do is like sit and be comfortable and talk to people and hang out. So, yeah, that's all I've got for today. I just wanted to tell you guys a couple stories about Paris and how it was a super fun time and it was absolutely a beautiful city and I loved it, as you can tell, because literally and so much bread. We ate so much bread, Socks. I get like so much bread. Anyway, um, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about Paris. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about how the song was created and kind of the process that I went through because it was not supposed to really even come out, but it just kept appearing in my head. My songs are a lot like people. They just sort of take on personalities of their own and then they start knocking on my subconscious, and they're like, "Hey, give me attention, please." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah." So, and if you didn't have enough sugar today, you didn't have enough macarons today, go get yourself some because it's never a bad day for macarons. All right. Have a lovely, beautiful Friday evening, and yeah, I'll see you guys next month. Bye. Go listen to Raining in Paris.